Jerome always stresses the reflection piece in every practice. What was that like coming out of the Marist game on Sunday, and what did you guys feel you needed to work on most?
Just staying disciplined. That practice after that Marist game, we touched on a couple things. Being one together on the offensive end and on the defensive end, and just going out there and giving it our best and playing hard and being physical. A lot of teams try to get rough with us, but we give a punch too. So.
Yeah, like you said, we had a long talk after the game, and we just got to stick together and just look in the future. And we guys know.
Cozy, for you personally, with Keyshawn now out and the next man up mentality, how much more did you feel you needed to raise your game tonight, and how satisfied are you with your performance?
To be honest with you, I'm not really looking at my own performance. I know a lot of us get self-absorbed, but right now I just came out there and just trusting my teammates. We went out there with the mindset of going out together, whether we win or lose together. So it was just more just having my teammates trust me and me trusting my teammates. So it's all on them.
Coach used a lot of depth tonight. A lot of guys got more minutes than usual. How did you guys feel about the way that Chase and Khalil and Luke contributed?
Yeah, them guys are dogs. They always have the next man up mentality, and they're always ready. Even during practice, they always come with a lot of energy. And me, Lamine, all of us, we're all very grateful to have them on the team, for them to come in with that energy and make an impact in the game.
Cozy, you racked up a solid lead early on, and the rest of your guys. Did you feel confident all the way through?
Yeah, of course. I'm always confident in my teammates, though. I already know what they're gonna put in when they're on the court, and that's about it.
How much more has their trust in you grown since you've come back from the injury in first week in December to now?
It's still growing. They've still the coaches, my teammates. They've been very patient with me, and I'm truly grateful for that. But yeah, that patience has been key for me to continue to gain my confidence back and be back on that court and just play the game that I love. But yeah.
You guys brought your conference record back up to 500. How big is that?
Again.
You brought your conference record back up to 500.
Yeah.
How huge is that for you guys?
That's huge. That's just gonna give us a lot of momentum coming into our next game. Obviously I keep bringing up that Mariners game, but we came out today with a mission. And moving forward, that's the stand we're gonna set. That standard that we set today is gonna be the standard moving forward. But yeah.
Do you have to always dunk the ball as hard as you can every chance you get?
I'm trying to put set tone and put energy in the gym, and it feels good. So.
Lamine, are you teaching some moves to Khalil?
Nah, he teach me.
Anything else?
Lamine, you had like 3 plays towards the end of the first half, where you were able to get baskets there, right at the rim, couple lob dunks. Just speak to how dangerous you feel like right there in the middle of the defense and be able to play at the rim as effectively as you do.
This comes from the confidence the coach gave me, so I feel like I'm allowed to do it. That's why I'm good at it, and it's not just that, but because my teammates find me, and that's the way I do it. So yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Great win for us. Obviously, another great home crowd, especially coming off Sunday's game. You never know what's going to happen, and it was great to have the support and the kind of the attendance be in for our guys and understand a little more of the bigger picture. Again, thought Niagara does a great job of making you participate, and they run such great offense that you have to defend for so long. So pretty proud of that effort on that side of the floor, and then offensively thought we did a good job of controlling what we could control. So happy with the win. Obviously a good Friday night in Hines, and we got to build on it for us going forward. And then last thing, obviously terrible news about Keyshawn. I think it's a hard blow. For the kid, for the program. One of the guys, this year's. I love this team. You know what I mean? It's because they all said yes to a belief, not so much a product. And he was one of them that really believed and understood what we were after, especially coming off his NCAA tournament appearance. He had a lot of different options. Emotional about it, but. Feel for him. And he's going to be around the team. He's going to be around the university. He really does love it here. loves the city as well, which is good. I mean, as part of the draw, and we're excited, to have him around, keep him around, and have him, obviously be a Gale for life. So, but tough moves for us, and we got to continue to move forward.
Dan, you stressed the reflection piece after every practice. What was the reflection like coming out of the Marist game Sunday, and how do you feel they responded?
Yeah, no, I mean, I messed up Saturday. Our prep was, we talk about preparation all the time, and we messed up Saturday. Bad. Completely incorrect preparation. And, it showed on Sunday, obviously, that not to the 83-38, but it showed that we need to continue to understand what we're after, understand a forceful mentality of what the MAC is. And obviously, emotional win Friday, I think I got to understand the bigger picture of what we're after and what these Sundays look like in a sense. So our reflection on Sunday was really, we watched the whole first half as a team and kind of had an open forum in the film session. And then on my end, I just told him after this game as well, tomorrow's going to look a lot different than last Saturday for sure. I'll never let that happen again. And we have all the data and all the programming, and we're obviously very, very driven by that. And when we saw it, we were like, we might have messed that up. And then when we saw how Sunday started, we thought, oh, we definitely messed that up. So that's the difficult part. And I talk about experiences a lot. I did not plan on experiencing that. And so some blend is Sunday morning or Sunday night, Monday morning, whatever that blend looked like. I really we got to the right reflection, and now I think tomorrow I'm very excited for tomorrow.
Now, with Keyshawn out, the next man up mentality takes on a greater meaning. Cozy goes for 12 and 12 tonight, 5 offensive rebounds. How impressed are you with his evolution and his comfortability as he gets more reps out?
No, I love it. I thought his process was so good tonight. Even posted him a little more. He's got some different intangibles down there. And I just think with Cozy, it's like we talked about it a lot coming back from his Akron injury. We talked about it like he has to participate in what the team was doing, but he's also kind of the outlier at times that can just kind of take off and play with his instincts while playing fast driving closeouts. So for me, that's where I felt good about that. But my favorite part of this is 3 assists, no turnovers for him. I'll look at the potential assists as we finish up hustle statting, but that's a real good game for him process-wise for where we're going and what we need. And I thought, I mean, that kid, he just comes to work every damn day, and that's something that I know I can trust him in that work ethic and in our routine. And I think he follows that and lives it and loves it. So I think we're benefiting from that.
He was just in here and spoke about your patience with him as a head coach and as a staff. How much has that relationship really helped him grow and helped you guys evolve in terms of how to use him more efficiently?
Yeah, I think probably best way to say it's I'm a patient man. That's for sure. But I think you got to be able to. We talk about it all the time with the failing correctly. You got to be able to fail correctly and then be able to right in the moment. I thought that's where I got coached so well in college by Chris Mooney, because it was like it's right in the moment of the failing incorrectly, and that's what we've been able to build upon with Cozy to kind of get some of those habits of failing incorrectly out, while also letting him he's had some bad days, summer, fall. He's had some bad days where he leaves and I'm joyful. I'm enjoying it because I'm like, oh, this kid's really close to spinning this deal, and get his career going. And he's leaving can I play basketball? You know what I mean? So for me, that's patience, a good word, but to me, that's the process. That's what we're after. That's what we recruited these guys for. That's what we saw all these evals of who these humans could be. So you can't get there on June 15th. You can't get there on November 1st. You can't get there December 1st, January 1st. He's got to keep processing this, going through it, and then we'll continue to build with him.
Coach, you used more depth than usual today. How much confidence did the guys at the end of the bench give you to feel comfortable having them contribute more in the future?
Yeah, I think we it was interesting. We used more depth and it was dispersed correctly. You know, where we used to do this all the time in the NBA called a dispersion index. You know, yeah, you might play 9 guys, but you really only played 6. You know what I mean? The other 3 just participated for a little and then they're out. So I really enjoyed our dispersion tonight. I think for me, it's about we got to build it right now. You know, Keyshawn's out, so it's a different little vibe. Roles are being defined as we go. Obviously, the Maris loss, coupled with Keyshawn's injury news, we had to find something here, and I think our best component is our depth and our togetherness and the humans that we have. So for me, it's like we got to double down on that, and that's why I think you see what you see tonight, and I think you'll see it going forward. And the roles are they're becoming a little more clear. You know, we're still trying to iron some things out, but that helps us a ton.
How big is it for the team to take its conference record and bring it back up to 500? And if you do win the game on Sunday, how even bigger would it be to raise it to above 500?
Yeah, I mean, the increasing deal of us just experiencing the MAC. You know, that's the best thing I say to that I can do with these guys is we just got to literally go through this. We got to play Sunday at 1 now. You know, so whatever happened tonight, great, all good. How do you not like turn the page, but how do you prepare tomorrow for Canisius? You know, what does that look like tonight, tomorrow morning, into what practice looks like, and then getting our stuff ready for a 1 o'clock tip, because obviously the last Sunday tip didn't go our way, and to me, I didn't feel the preparation was right. Our bodies and minds weren't right. So that's on us as a staff and organization to get our bodies and minds right tomorrow, and just kind of attack it the right way. We've done it well off losses. That's the part that probably bothers me the most. So that's where we're at.
Coach, that was a great win tonight. Were there any plays that really stood out in your book?
Yeah, I mean, I think early on we were really like even Cozy missing that layup in the beginning. I enjoyed that profile look, that aggressiveness, and then the next one he got on that left wing and ripped it middle and actually got the layup. I thought that was good for us to kind of get going. I enjoyed honestly our first 10 minutes of the game. I really enjoyed our shot profile difference, and to me that's where you see how we scored and what it looks like and all the assists of different guys. You know, I enjoyed that part of it, and that we were able to do it at, I think that was the slowest pace we played all year. So you never know. You don't know if the anxiousness, if the trust is there yet. So for it to look that way and feel that way, and then I thought defensively, you know, we had 5 steals. We were like so close to having more, and that's like, you know, you gotta balance the gambling out. But we're very close to doing that, and but that's where I really enjoyed that part of it. And then obviously Lamine on some of the drop offs, just being able to make his plays. I think he led the team in hockey assists as well, where he gets it, kick, swing, we get a shot. Process-wise, that was big for us as he's trying to find his way again.
Luke was a plus 32 tonight, 11 points, breaks out, and there's a lot of stuff that didn't show up. His efficiency and his patience as well. How much has he helped contribute?
The boy's something, isn't he? He just sticks around, and you know, I really do. I you know, retaining him was a big priority for us. After I met him, talked with him, I love his demeanor. I love his confidence, and I love what he's been through. And to be able to be that like stalwart of whatever you want to call it, patience and consistency, you know. And this is the funny part. We love Luke because of his defensive IQ here. You know what I mean? It's not about the offensive spacing is great. He's been doing that. Omaha, Iona, you know what I mean? He's been doing that. But here, defensive IQ-wise, he really gives us a different look. Not to, you know, and he knows our system like so well. We showed him the film of it, and he was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I was like, "I know you want to come back and all, but do you have it for real?" And he's got it. You know what I mean? So for me, we got to you know, it was about finding him more minutes as we continued through this thing, and now the more he gives us that on that end, I think the better he's going to be, and the more minutes he'll earn. And but I love the consistency and the kind of the will of that human for what he's been through is really cool, remarkable, and I love that, you know, starting to see some results.
Coach Ken Kreitzer, Canvets Media, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
How do you feel about the team developing? This is what, 17 games now, 6 conference game. You're 6 or 7 weeks away from the tournament. How do you feel this team is progressing?
Yeah, I mean, I love how we're progressing. I wish we were better than 3-3 in the MAC, honestly, but that's okay. You know, I think that's where we're at. That's this conference is awesome. I literally forgot how great college basketball was for that last decade, and I'm like really finding joy with these guys. This conference in particular, like this is a Hoopers league. This is a hoop heaven, honestly. Like the rivalries, the talent level, it's awesome. And that's why I love it. I love where we're at. We're getting to grow. We just won our slowest pace game of the year. I think we've done pretty well with our pace and our transition offense for most of the year. And now we're kind of shifting, you know, and I think that's good for us. We got to be versatile. And we talk about it with our players all the time. I got to be versatile too. This isn't a one-way kind of thing. That's the whole point of being in the NBA for a decade. There's a lot of different ways you can play hoops, a lot of different players that you can kind of point out and play. And that's why I think the progression of it, we're devastated with the injury, you know, to Keyshawn. So we have to find growth in what we're after. And he's one of our decision makers, ball handlers as it is. So we need to continue to find growth that way. I think that's why, although 17 games in and 14 left regular season, I think we're going to keep trying things. I really do. I think it's part of what we do. Obviously, Sunday sucked. I'm very okay with saying that it sucked. I did not enjoy that. John Dunn showed me a thing or two about this league, and I think that's a big piece of it. Though we got to feel that, understand it, feel how we're coming back and preparing, and we kind of go from there. But yeah, I think 17 games in, I like where we're at.
You guys are one of 6 teams in the conference with double-digit wins. How close do you think the team is to being ready to really just being at the very top of the conference? Yeah,
I wish we do a press conference or practice tomorrow, because that's the big thing. It's this preparation piece tomorrow. You know, the will to handle positivity, whether you win or lose. We need to grow. We need to grow from it. And I think one of our biggest ones was like that Bryant St. John's deal. Like we won the game on Bryant. We felt somewhat of like, oh, we had like a letdown, but we won. And that's my thing. Like came in the next day, it's like no, that was a huge win for us. Like they're all 7 feet tall. That's hard. It's hard down there. And we're preaching get to the paint more. That's difficult. They take away threes. They have a good process. So continue to let the guys understand what the other teams are after, what we're after, merging that together. And that's what tomorrow is like. Very critical for us to have a really good one tomorrow, but on our end, make sure it's correct. We prepare it correctly. That's when I think we'll start to understand where we're at and where we're growing.
Coach, 20-0 run early on to put you guys up 29-7. Coach Paul just spoke about the pressure that you guys applied defensively on the ball, as well as kind of just bodying up in the paint. How have you seen the defense evolve over this amount of time? Specifically, I know coming from last week, you know, just want to put a different focus on the effort and intensity.
Yeah.
But 10 plus minutes hold them scoreless. Just speak towards that if you could.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ronald Ramon and Chris Sony are doing an excellent job. Their details, their scouting prowess, and what they're after really resonates with our guys. And I thought that's been clear as we continue to progress through this. And something we've realized is that we're really starting to like give in too much to our shot profile defensively and not like dictate to the shot profile defensively. And that's a tendency that sometimes happens, you know, when you run the defense that we run. And that's where their abruptness of how to create that tension in our prep and create that affirmation of what we could do if we play the way we want to play showed tonight. That puts a little bit of results behind the process and puts actions behind the words. And then our guys need to continue to relish in that and enjoy that. And a big piece of that is because our offensive shot profile settled in. So then defensively, we were able to be at an advantage for us, 5-on-5, 4-on-4. As the transition happens, we were able to do that more often.